In this video, I'm going to teach you how to effectively use chunking and why it might not have worked for you before. Whenever I go to work out, especially when I need to run outside doing laps, I really don't feel like it. I really don't like it. I really don't enjoy the feeling of running and running and running and feeling out of breath. I don't enjoy that feeling. But in order to actually get myself to do it, I break it down. Instead of seeing the whole thing as a 3 lap run, I see, oh, I have to wake up and get out of bed. That's obvious, but you know. Number 2, oh, eat a banana, pre-workout meal. Number 3, put on my workout shoes. Number 4, get some water. Number 5, get out of my house. Number 6, just run until the end of the street. Number 7, run until the other end of the street. You see how instead of thinking of it as a 3 lap run, I see it as the very next step I have to do. And because of that, I actually end up doing it. Before, if I really didn't feel like doing it, I wouldn't have done it. But instead, I can see a short, attainable goal that's right in front of me. If I don't get that, then I can't get any other goal. I might as well just go ahead and take it. It's right there. And so I do. And I eventually end up running the whole 3 laps, and it didn't even feel that hard. What I used there was effective chunking. Chunking is when you break down what task you need to do into its smallest possible steps. If you need to write an essay, you don't need to write an essay. You need to open up a Google document. You need to write your name on the paper. You need to put the title on the paper. You need to put your credentials on there, anything. It's the smallest possible steps you can take. But a lot of people get mixed up and actually do it wrong. Whenever they chunk down, they break all of the steps down. That's the correct part. But then they look at the whole overview of the whole. They look at the whole amount of steps they need to take, and it overwhelms them. In fact, they probably made it harder for themselves to start because of how many steps they added. Even though it's the same project, it went from do the essay to do 100 steps right now. Which one do you think is going to overwhelm you more? One simple objective, even though it's not so simple, it's a whole big assignment, or 100 easy steps? You might say that the 100 easy steps might seem easier for you, but in reality, if you really did think that, then you would have already used this in order to save your life or fix your life or do anything. But you haven't done it like that. I haven't done it like that because it overwhelms you. It doesn't end up with you doing anything. It just ends up with you having a big checklist to check off. That's not going to help anyone. What actually helps with chunking is to break down the task and only look at the first step. Don't try to look at the whole amount of steps you need to do. It doesn't matter if you need to take 2 steps or 100. Only look at the first step. So the running example I gave you earlier, for me, I have to get out of bed. That's number 1, no matter what. On any day, that's number 1, no matter what. And then after I finish the first step, only then do I look at the second, which is to eat a banana. I'll take it 1 step at a time. I don't look at the whole thing and then try to start somewhere. If I were to do that, then I honestly wouldn't even start. So now that you know how to actually chunk effectively, I have an action step for you in this video for you to actually use what you've just learned. I want you to imagine a thing that you've been procrastinating on for a while now. It might have been you want to walk your dog, you want to go ahead and cook that dish you've always wanted to, write that book. Imagine it in your head as clearly as you can. And once you have it there, think of the first step you would need to take, no matter what. It could be as simple as you need to just get off the couch real quick. That's all you need to do. Think of the very first step. The more specific you can get, the better. Once you have this specific action in mind, I need you to do it. I don't want you to do it. I need you to do it. Don't click on the next video. If you click on the next video, you would have wasted the last 5-6 minutes of your life. I need you to do it. After this video is over, don't click on the next video. Close YouTube and go do the very first step. And you'll find that it's so much easier than you thought it was. And once you did the first step, you can do the second. And continue this process until you've actually made some progress towards what you want to do. And it all came down to chunking, but the right way.